All right, welcome Tuesday Night Live, October 1st. Whoa, what was that? Did you hear that? Was that you?
Yeah, it was. We're getting
Coming
messages.
off of deer camp. Somebody already told me I was late. Sorry, my daughter was upstairs. She was scared. She needed her TV turned off, so I had to run upstairs, turn it off real quick.
Fair enough.
Got Michael here. Oh, let me turn this way. Which way? Got my friends from Goebels. What's it called? What's it called?
It's Goble Outdoors Decoys.
Goebel Outdoors Decoys. My good friend Peyton. We've been talking a lot. I'm going to go ahead and share this. Here's what I wanted to know. If you are viewing, if you're watching, if you're joining us for this conversation about hunting deer, put your you don't have to put your name, but put where you're watching from in the comments and tell us what is your favorite day to hunt deer in the comments. 2 comments from everyone. Where are you watching from? What's your favorite day to hunt deer? And I'm going to share this on my page. Michael, well, how you weren't able to make it to deer camp? Tell us, have you been in the woods since elk
I
season?
have not been in the woods since elk. Last weekend, I have picked up some extra responsibilities as a head coach for my youngest son's basketball, and they play on like Saturday
I say
mornings,
it.
and then he has baseball in the afternoon. So
I say it all the time.
yeah,
Kids ruin it all, man. Kids
yeah.
just they just ruin everything.
So I had not planned on coaching. I'm already coaching my oldest's baseball team. I'm an assistant on the baseball team, and and then I'm an assistant on Wyatt's baseball team, and then I was kind of sitting back and letting someone else coach them. She did a great job, but unfortunately, he had to move up to 9U, and she did not. She wasn't coaching.
Growing up.
Yep, she wasn't coaching 9U co-ed. She was doing an all-girls team. So I'm like, shoot, I don't really know where to take him. And I said, heck with it. I'll coach, and we'll try to pull some kids together to play with him that he knows, and we'll get after it. So I ended up
No,
kind of stepping up last minute, and unfortunately, it's taken up some Saturday mornings and stuff. So
listen, we start it actually. So I love coaching. Like I've coached
what is
since
it?
I've been 18.
Yeah,
But it worked out perfectly for me because I am coaching Ellis's basketball team. Games are on Saturdays, and I'm like, hunting's on Saturdays, guys. We
yeah,
shouldn't play basketball on Saturdays. We got to be in the woods on Saturdays. However, they don't start till we got 2 Saturdays in December, and the rest are January, February. So I'm good.
nice.
I get the best days of the way. Now, listen, here's the thing. I ask everyone, I said, in the comments, where are you watching from? And what's your favorite day to hunt? Now, I didn't mean like Monday through Sunday. I meant like date, right? September 1st through January 1st. What's your favorite day to hunt? Some people, most people, it's going to be in November.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of folks like late October.
They
And guess
do.
what today is? Today's October 1st. So
October 1.
I got a friend that I work with. He's got some nice bucks. He's got nice bucks on camera. He lives in a good spot that has a lot of bucks. However, he has not seen a buck on his camera in weeks. And then last night, September 30th, 30 days has September, that little trick if you don't know. He saw a buck. And he saw 2 more today. And I said, see, bro, I told you. Like, just give
Yeah.
it some time. October is coming, right? October is coming. I don't know where Josh, that lazy, but he's supposed to be on here. All right, so let's see what we got in the comments. Gary Kite, listen, guys. Gary had plans to be in Ohio this weekend. Ohio's opening weekend on Saturday. Gary had plans to be there. He's got a lease up there. He's got big bucks on the lease. And Hurricane Helene, or whatever its name is, not Helen, Hurricane Helene had other plans. Just totally devastated the area. Gary couldn't even get out of his neighborhood, and he's still in Alabama. So he's working in Alabama. He didn't get to go to Ohio. So
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Hey, real quick, I did want to point out,
Sure.
shout out to Scott Butler. Good to see him on here. I know Scott's been going through a rough time, had a heart
Yes.
attack and trying to recover from that. Scott, it's good to see you on here, and I appreciate you joining us, and I hope you're feeling
Yeah.
better.
Recovering from a heart attack. I'm not going to joke. I'm not going to joke about it. I love Scott. We give each other a hard time, but that's scary. I don't think it's his first one either. So he's tough as nails, right? He's
Yeah,
tough as
yeah,
nails.
absolutely.
You know, we were at deer camp. You know, I got to shout out our friend W.O. He came to deer camp, put on a incredible fish fry for us.
Yeah.
Fish fry for us. That's pretty tough to say. And he had a heart attack not too long ago.
Yes, he did.
And there's some other guys at deer camp that haven't had them, but they're well on their way. And so, you know, we had some good conversations. Anyway, Jim is here. His boss Anthony is here. Jim says he's watching from his recliner. His favorite day to hunt is every day. I'm with you, brother. I'm not in my recliner. Actually, I'm in a chair. I'm in a computer chair, Mike, that I didn't know was missing 2 bolts underneath.
Oh,
So
there you go.
I've had it positioned to where it won't lean back. Well, earlier I fixed it where it will lean back, and it about leaned all the way back to the floor. Tommy Bowen is here. Tommy and his son Thomas showed up to deer camp. Great dudes, just great dudes. Had a great time. It was cold and wet and miserable. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But so glad you're on here, Tommy. Glad that we got to meet you in person. Dwayne, my guy, he's been at every deer camp. He was at turkey camp last year. He's loyal. He's the man. And he told some great stories, Mike, that you don't know about Dwayne. So
I bet not. I am sad that I had to miss this past weekend. It sounded like it was, other than the weather, the rest of it was a blast. It sounds
the
like
weather sucked. The weather, like I can't tell you how many people would text me, "Hey, see anything? Hey, how's it going?" People that don't even deer hunt that knew I was there is like, "How's it going?" I'm like, "Sucks.
rough.
I'm having a good time hanging with the guys, but it sucks." I get back to work today. Hey, you bringing deer jerky tomorrow? Shut up. You know I didn't kill one. It sucked, right? So, but soon enough. Tim Callahan watching from Keevee, Kentucky. Tim was there. What was I going to say about Tim? Anyway, I'm glad he showed up, and he was looking good. He's looking a little fitter, looking a little like he was ready to go.
That's awesome.
He was a little lighter in the hands. You know what I mean? Tim lost a finger. Glad to have you, Scott. Mike, crossbow turkey season opening today.
Yep.
I had a crossbow out there. Also had my compound. I saw probably more turkeys than deer this weekend. They were everywhere. Loman says, sorry, missed you guys. Been crazy busy. So Michael here, Mike, November 7th. That's your favorite day to hunt.
Yep.
Why?
Well, you know, I think it's just in the experiences I've had throughout the years of hunting. Every time that I have had the opportunity, I don't always get to hunt on November 7th, but anytime that I've either taken PTO or I've had the chance to hunt on those days, it seems like I just have a really each experience on those days. I see a lot of bucks cruising. It's almost like peak cruising time. It's
sure.
That November 7th through November 9th window just seems to be a heavy cruising, and then all of a sudden, you know, 3 or 4 days later, gun season starts, and then all of a sudden you start experiencing that chasing. So I don't know, that just that November 6th, 7th, 8th kind of stretch. It's been good to me in the woods.
So some of you just got on here. I asked just about 5 minutes ago earlier in the show. I said, look, let us know if you're watching. Right, our goal every week is to get to 300 comments. Last week we got to like 270. I don't know. We had 8,700 people watch last week. So it had been a month since we've been on there. I'm very happy with that. But we're trying to get to 300 comments. Now, we don't want to just spam comments, but we do want you to respond. So I asked, where are you watching from? You can make this 2 comments. First comment, where are you watching from? Tim was watching from Keevee, Kentucky. Keevee's a wonderful place. And then I said, what's your favorite date to hunt? Because a lot of folks will say November, like Michael, but October's here, and October is great if you just hit it the right time. Acorns are on the ground, ready to go. Usually the rain has moved out. The warm weather has moved out. The ticks, those daggone ticks, have moved out. I didn't have one tick on me, unless it's buried in my head somewhere. I didn't have one tick on me this weekend, so that was a plus.
That's a positive.
Tommy's in Richmond, November 7th. Rob says, what's up? Watching from Lexington. Now, Josh has mixed it up. He says he's a September hunter. He prefers to kill his buck in September, but he didn't get it done this year. So, Josh, now are you like, okay, I'm a September guy. I like those summer patterns. Now are you favoring October and November? Are you like, let me get through October. I'll kill it in November. Or let's go. It's October 1st. I'm out there. Philip says, yo, didn't answer the questions. You still got time, Philip. Scott says, been so long since I aggravated you. I don't know what to say. I know, Scott. I feel like, after a heart attack, you just got to lay off a little, maybe call it a truce for a while. When you're fully recovered, we'll get back to it. But I love you. Jeremy. So Jeremy was there. Jeremy Wiley. He is a transplant from Arizona.
That's
Him
cool.
and his boy Hunter was there. And they showed up Saturday. They came down from Brandenburg, which he says there, and really enjoyed meeting those guys. Hunter is 11 years old, same age as my oldest, Ellis. He was
Same as mine.
he was practicing with his bow. He had a compound bow he was practicing with. He met, so Mike, you know the farms across the road, a little bit further down, not the ones directly across the campground, but he met the landowner, and he's letting Hunter come back to hunt.
That's an awesome story.
Yeah, so we were so happy about that.
That's so cool.
And so, yeah, we're just they're loving Kentucky, and we're so glad they came out. They'll be there next year. And Jeremy has, I don't know if it's a Facebook page or Facebook group that he runs. It's called Raise EM Right Outdoors, I think it's called. Jeremy, you can put that in the comments. And it's just about getting your kids outdoors, so that's good too.
Yeah.
He says, watching from Brandenburg, got a feeling one of the days this weekend is going to be my favorite day hunting ever. We are headed back down so Hunter can hunt that farm with a crossbow. That's so great.
It is. That's a cool story.
Gary says, pray for the people affected by the floods and the hurricane. Yeah, it's been awful, man. Like North Carolina, Asheville. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Asheville's in bad shape.
Prayers. Chris was there. I'll tell you what, Chris was at deer camp. He took about the entire space of the shelter, drying out his clothes every day. And but otherwise we had a great time. He's one of my very, very good friends. So I'm giving him a hard time. Philip said, I passed a gnarly looking smaller buck, then bumped a bunch of does so far. That's all right. Tommy had a blast. Yeah, I mean, hunting in a hurricane is not the best. Michael and I hunted in a tornado one year, bear hunting.
Yeah.
Listen, whatever. So the 10 people that were at deer camp, whatever your worst experience was at deer camp in the rain, does not even come close to that weekend that we bear hunted on the highest point in Kentucky, Black Mountain. We were there, 45-mile-per-hour winds, raining sideways. Guys, it was miserable, but
that was crazy, man. Still may be the craziest weather I've ever hunted in. It might be. It was wild.
Josh Sweet texted me today. Josh, I don't think I replied to your text, and I'm apologizing in front of millions of people right now. But he's going out to Peabody soon, and hopefully we can get him on some. The Harvest in Owen County, Dwayne and Hanson, Josh Teeters in Jessamine. Do we have any out-of-staters? Anybody watching? So it says 26 people are watching on my side. Usually there's people lurking, like they're watching on the screen, but they've not clicked on it. Do we have anyone watching? Oh, there we go. Bubba and Kelsey Mills watching from Murfreesboro. We're so glad you guys are here. Let us know how things are going in the great state of Tennessee. Just don't talk to us about your football team because they're better than ours. Joe Carter, his favorite is November 1st through the 25th. Well, you can't beat that, Joe. That's some of the best. Late October, early November, end of October. Greg's in Montgomery. Every day I can get out. Josh says now for Josh, he's a September guy. He says October 29th through the 7th. Watching from Moorhead. WO says, hey, guys, W, I don't know if you were on here. We were talking about how great of a fish fryer you are. We're so thankful to
say it. I missed that. Say it. I missed that.
Yeah. So just listen, here's what it all comes down to. Trying to call everyone out and trying to show appreciation because we really are just so grateful for the community that we have here. And it's much bigger than even we have at camp. Like there's people that text me all weekend long. How's camp going? Wish I could make it. I'm going to try next year.
Yeah.
Why is Mike not there? Where is Josh? Like things like that. the first year we had it, we had like 50 people sign up, which would be just chaos. We ended up having like 15. So I've decided next year, if you guys, the 30 people watching, if you want to mark this on your calendar now, the next year, deer camp, public land deer camp, Western Kentucky, Peabody WMA, 44,000 acres, deer everywhere. We're going to have it. Hold on, Michael. I'm going to tell you. October, I got to go to 2026. I got to go to 2025 here. October 4th, the first weekend in October is going to be deer camp every year. That's it. So it's not youth season. It's not muzzleloader season. It's not Mike's anniversary, right? The first weekend of October. So it'll be the 3rd through the 5th next year. Mark your calendars. Tell your wives. Take your vacation time. You can do it a year ahead. Go ahead and do that because I'm going to be there. And I bet you Dwayne's going to be there. WO's going to come down and fry fish for us. It's going to be a blast. Let's see. Speaking of people who were not there, Bub Tackett says, my first sit of the year this evening. I kept forgetting it was October 1st. Thinking deer would be going wild. I hunted out of zone elk this morning. Let's see. Scott Butler gives us a health update. 4th heart attack. I get 2 more stents October 14th. That'll make 7 stents. It's those great family genes. It's been a wild year. Scott, I'm just glad you're here. Let's just be honest. I'm just glad you're here, brother.
Yeah.
Right? Like my dad had 2. That was it. He's not going to have a 3rd. Man, I'm just very grateful you're here, Scott. And I know that's probably the recovery sucks and, probably worrying about your 5th one, right? So, man, we're very thankful for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chris says, thank you for cooking at Deer Camp WO. Best fish ever. It was phenomenal. Who took the fish, by the way? We had a lot left over. I just wonder, did anybody take it home? Because I didn't see it.
Dang.
Let's see. Maybe have deer camp and turkey camp at Twin Knobs. Joe, I got to be honest. Mike, you can weigh in here. And if you guys haven't been at camp, if you've been at camp, you can weigh in. If not, your opinion matters anyway. So people don't like Twin Knobs as good as they do Western Kentucky. Because Twin Knobs, everyone has their individual campsite, right? Dude, Peabody, we're all there together. It's one big happy family. We squeeze in under that shelter. We have a fire. We cook food. We hang out. We act stupid. We make fun of each other. We tell crazy stories. We're all there together. So I'm thinking we need to change venues for turkey camp. Maybe not change the area, but find a place that we can rent or whatever for the lease for the weekend. I don't know, a cabin or something where we're all together. There's outdoor space, and I'm trying to find that. Like I'm already looking for that.
Yeah.
If we need to change, if we need to shift, maybe a little more southern, maybe a little more east. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Joe says, "Where do you sleep? Tents out." I slept on a cot with a sleeping bag under a shelter, and I have bug bites all over my arms and on my head.
Yeah.
And I love it. Tim says, me and Hunter sure put a hurting on that fish Saturday evening. It was on the picnic table. I bet you. See, we couldn't do that at Eastern Kentucky. You leave fish on a picnic table in Eastern Kentucky, you can have some black bears. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Black bears. You're going to have that dude right there. Just looking. Look at that. So anyway. Yeah, man, camp was fun. Everyone was there, I think, had a good time, even though no deer were killed. Maybe no deer were even seen because of the conditions. But I got a question. Let's change gears here. Look behind me. This is from Goebel Outdoors Decoys. Peyton Goebel, one of the best dudes you ever meet. If you had one shot, buck, squirrel, or the black bear, which one of those animals would you take, I'm wondering? If you could only have one of those 3 animals, I mean, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah,
Which one would you guys do? Would you go with the big typical deer? I mean, let's just say it's a giant deer. Let's just say that. But which one would you go for? That black bear is calling my name, brother. I would love to have that rug on my wall. One of these days, folks, I promise you, one of these days, it's not going to be a decoy. It's going to be maybe a Harlan County, a Kentucky black bear, just right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's skin on my wall.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
already working
absolutely
on
love that, man.
transforming this room. The black bear. Come on, you got to. That's a 300, maybe a 350. That's probably when Peyton printed that. That's not a Kentucky black bear. It's probably North Carolina black bear, I would say. So,
It's a good looking bear, that's for sure.
it is. It is. Mike, I love how you're on the show, but you're also commenting, adding to that number, baby. I love it. I love it.
We got to keep it real, man.
I love it. So, real quick, before it's already 9:20. Before we get to the end of the show, if you have pictures, Mike's already sent me some. If you have your Michael Powers watching from Paintsville, Kentucky, thank you, Michael Powers. We appreciate you, brother. If you have pictures of deer on your cameras, now let's do recent ones, right? Because some of you sent some last week. If you sent one last week and I just didn't see it, go ahead and send those to me. Send it to me on Messenger. Let's see here. I can't show my Messenger. Send it to me on Messenger on my personal page, John Stepp. You can add me on there if we're not friends. If it doesn't give you the option to add, just follow. I'll add you back. And send me those on Messenger so we can put them at the end of the show. We'll guess their size. We'll guess their age. Right? I've got a couple that some followers have sent in to post in the morning. And what happened?
What's that?
My voice came through your screen. As you kill deer this year, Josh Teeter, I know he's after some big ones. All of you, send them to us, right? Send them to us. So Chris says, can we talk about bear camp? Sure. What do you want to know, Chris? Mike, what do you think about bear camp? What's your stance?
I've had a blast both times that we've been. I'll tell you that it's been difficult to get on bear as far as like seeing them just with the hunting that we have done in December. But there has not been any shortage of sign, man. We've been on some serious bear sign where we have been in the last two times we've been down there. At least without when I've been with you, it's been fun. I've loved it.
Yeah, so here's one of my issues that Tim also has this issue. He said, sadly, opening day of bear archery season falls on the same day as Fort Knox quota.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to squeeze in as much time at Fort Knox as I can. I'm not going this weekend. I'm busy Saturday and I'm working Sunday morning, and then I'm going to go hunting near here Sunday night. But I'm taking the next weekend. So not this weekend, but next, which is the 12th. So the 11th, Mike, I'm going to Big Blue Madness. Anybody else going to Big Blue Madness? It's going to be fantastic. So on next Friday, I'm going to Big Blue Madness. And then I'm probably going to wake up early Saturday morning and go to Knox for the weekend. And then the following weekend, my girls will be here. I won't hunt. And then the weekend after that, I'm taking a 3-day weekend and going out to Josh's, going to hunt out there. So just trying to get in. Now, Dane Driscoll says there's no deer on Fort Knox. But I have an old video of him talking about a lot of deer on Fort Knox. But a lot of people get mad when we talk about it. Maybe Dane has if I called you Dwayne, I'm sorry. Maybe Dane, because Dwayne literally is flashing on top of my screen because he sent me a photo. Maybe Dane has changed his stance. Maybe he doesn't want hunters at Fort Knox anymore. But, when you kill deer like Dane do, can't talk. When you kill big deer like Dane does, it's great advertising. Mike, what do you think? So let me ask you guys this. Maybe this is a moral issue. Maybe it's just maybe it's not moral. Maybe it's ethical. I don't know. Maybe it's just stubbornness. I want to get what you guys think. So in Kentucky, and at some point, folks, we're going to rally the troops across the state of Kentucky to change this regulation. I got so many wonderful friends at Fish and Wildlife, but this is one thing that I want to see changed, and we're going to do it. We're going to get it changed unless they just say no, but we're going to try. Is bear archery season. The 5 days leading up to bear archery season in the state of Kentucky is the bear chase hunting season. So those 5 days, there are literally dogs all over eastern Kentucky chasing black bears all over the mountains, up in the trees, getting shot out of the trees the 5 days leading up to the archery season. Now, you tell me what kind of pressure that's putting on old Smokey right there, right? Tell me what kind of pressure that's putting on the black bears. It makes it extremely difficult for archery hunters.
Yep.
Okay? Same thing happens during rifle season. Chasing them makes it extremely difficult for that late season, which is already a difficult time. So have you heard the saying, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So do you guys think, yeah, Scott says we need to reverse it. Scott, we're going to work on it. We're going to try. I asked a couple of guys at Fish and Wildlife, why? Is there a biological reason? Is there any rhyme or reason it comes first? And they're like, I don't think so. Then we need to change it. For sure, 100% we need to change it. But if we don't get it changed, Chris and I talked about this, we're just going to go with the dog hunters. If we can't get the rule changed, we're just going to go with the dog. We're just going to either get us a dog, find us a friend with some dogs, and shoot one out of a tree. Now, I got a question. If you're chasing bears with dogs, Mike, and you look up in a tree, and this guy is staring at you, are you going to feel bad for shooting it because you just followed the dogs? Some people hate that. So here's what I want. Before Mike answers, I want you guys to answer this. If you go and the dogs chase the bear in the tree, are you going to feel bad for shooting that dog don't shoot the dog. Are you going to feel bad for shooting that animal out of a tree because the dogs chased it? Or are you going to let it go anyway? Because some people say it's cheating. Some people say it's not hunting, even though humans have been hunting with dogs for thousands of years, Mike. I don't know. What do you guys think? Mike, what's your stance on it?
No, I would definitely go do that. If it was, if I had the, I would definitely try that out for sure. It's an opportunity. It's a different type of opportunity. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know any hunting dogs, and I've never raccoon hunted with dogs. I don't think I've ever rabbit hunted with dogs either. Usually we go without. But you're right. People have used dogs for years and years and years and years. It goes back to the olden times, So it's a form of hunting. It's something that would be new to me, and it probably would be a really cool opportunity. So I would not have a problem hunting with dogs. No,
me either. I wouldn't think twice. I'd shoot that thing out of that tree, and I'd hang his whatever right there on the wall. I have no problem with that. If the chance presents itself, I'd do it. Maybe we need to have a bear chase camp is what we need to have instead of a bear camp, like just a free-for-all. But with that said, I would rather hunt just archery hunt bears before the dog season. And if you don't get one, guess what? You just call your buddies with the dogs. Does that make more sense to everyone? Does everyone agree with that? Let archery hunters get the first crack at it. We're not going to kill many. It's hard. And then after that, call in the dogs, right? It just makes sense. Chris Robinson says it's kind of like rabbit hunting. It's about the hunt and the dogs. The bear is a bonus. Makes sense to me, Chris. I've never hunted with dogs. My buddy Robbie here says we're going to go. So we'll see. I agree, Rob. I agree. All right, Mike, I've talked a lot. I apologize.
No, you're good, man. I've enjoyed listening to the stories
tell us a little about this time of year. You've talked about this a lot in the past. What, as you hunt in October, and you've not hunted much this year. I don't even know if you've deer hunted maybe once this year.
Just a couple times, once or twice. Yeah.
So as you now transition to October, obviously what they're doing early season is totally different. They're not on summer patterns. They've shed their velvet, different food sources. What is your strategy now as we're in October, and how does that change, or does it change anytime before the rut? And as Mike is answering that, I want to know what you guys do in the comments. Now that we're to October, weather's changing, food sources changing, testosterone is increasing every day, approaching the rut. What is your strategy for hunting deer? Mike, you go. We'll let them answer in the comments.
Yeah, some of the things I like to do is I enjoy hunting cool mornings. So if I can find a good cold or cool morning in October,
Sure.
I definitely try to make sure I'm out there. And a lot of times I'll probably go to an area where there's acorns falling, catch a deer coming in there in the mornings. I am seeing a little bit of daytime activity with bucks. I had a couple pictures, shared one with you earlier this morning.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Uh-oh. Michael,
But
you froze for a minute.
Yeah, I see Chris said white oak acorns. If you can find a hot white oak acorn tree and find a cool October morning, that's great. And then, anytime you can find the edge of an alfalfa field or a transition or a clover field or, beans, that's still, they are hitting those acorns. So
Mm-hmm.
you could find any of those places that they travel through and find food, find a cool, find something where the temperature might be doing something, a temperature drop in the evening or something like that. Try to find just hunt those opportunities where temperatures are dropping, or get a good cool morning, good cool evening where it's dropping, and then find some hot acorns. You can be in it big time.
Lee said something that I was thinking about. So when I hunted at Peabody, Mike, you probably remember this place. Mike, is Mike like freezing up and blurry for everyone else, or is it just me? I'm just wondering.
I saw you kind of freeze up a minute, but I
Really?
don't think I froze up.
Okay. Well, no, Mike, you did. But so there's a gigantic oak tree where I hunt at Peabody now. Same place I went last year. I saw, both days I saw deer coming in. And going back to what Lee said, when I went after my hunt Sunday morning, I just went to check out kind of the acorns on the ground. It did not look like the last 2 years there. They just did not look. Mike, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to work messages.
You look frozen again. So it did not look like it had in the past where there was tons of acorns everywhere there. And I was like, what's going on here? And maybe I didn't even think about that. The drought, yeah, that could have definitely hurt that. Tim says the acorns maybe hurt some, but around the lake where I hunt, I'm finding a bunch. They look good around here. Here's the thing: if we had less acorns, would we have? And I'm just guessing here. If we had less acorns this year, will we have more deer movement? Because they're going to have to travel for more food. Because, dude, some of the places I hunt, it's like you're walking. I mean, you just walk on a bed of acorns as you're walking in. They're just everywhere. They don't have to move far to eat, right? So, I don't know. Josh says he's noticed less acorns on trees when scouting this year. Sorry, I was reading something. But yeah, last year was plenty and full. This year they are bad. All right. I believe you, Lee, 100%. It makes sense. Dwayne says, I'm going to start hunting Peabody more often. I'm going to find where more deer are traveling. Yeah, we were talking like somebody's like, man, if I live closer to here, I'd really explore. And I said, yeah, I would love to explore here. And Dwayne's like, yeah, if I live closer, he lives 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He lives 20 minutes from there. Joe said, I had 200 pounds of corn rot because of the acorns dropping. Okay. Oh, because they were eating the acorns. So, and that's what I told my buddies. Like, I've not had deer on camera. I've not had bucks on there. I was like, well, they're just eating somewhere else. They'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
Lee says, yes, if the acorns are not as plentiful, they will be out looking for food. Absolutely, the hot tree would be that much better. Jim says, I've been fortunate enough to make it into the tree stand 2 times this year. Early season have found early morning to be a great time. Just around the time change, it switches to evenings. Yeah. So I'm trying to get some evening hunts in before the time change, like November 3rd or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it just really limits your time.
It does.
Doesn't it suck? Does everyone? We were talking about this at work today. Pretty soon we're going to get to work in the dark and leave work in the dark.
Yeah.
That's just a sucky time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's rough.
It's just like, that just doesn't seem right. It's like, wake up, it's dark, you're tired, you're sleepy. You go to work, you drink a bunch of coffee, drink an Alani, a Monster Energy drink. No one drinks more energy drinks than Jim Carroll. He sends me a picture of like sometimes 2 energy drinks at once. He just downs them. And then you gotta also leave and it's dark out. It just sucks. Dwayne says, I'm going off 9 days in a row starting this Saturday and plan hunting every day. Dwayne.
That's gonna be fun.
Here's somebody. I don't know. Shad Daddy. Anybody know Shad Daddy? Anybody know who that is? That's probably a fishing name when you think Shad Daddy. I hope we get some weird ones in here sometimes. Rob says, I haven't been out yet this year. Seemed too hot. I'm hoping to get out several times in October. Yeah, the weather's been up and down, which it always hears. All right. WO says same here in Davies. And okay, I say Davies. Everyone there says Davis. Obviously not Davis, but anyway, I'll go with it. Same here in Davis and Ohio County. Most acorns are small. We had a mass crop last year that doesn't happen every year, but there is a few more mature trees that have nice acorns on our farm. But the most part, they're small. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you can do if you don't have acorns? You can just put out some antler builder.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
It brings into the camera. That's
Josh
sure.
does, but yeah, I don't know if I made a post on Antler Builder today with just a beautiful buck. Did you see that?
I did,
just
yeah.
a really nice, typical 10-point. I don't know what that is. Beautiful buck. James Evans says, I'll be putting down the bow this Saturday. We'll be headed to New York for a salmon run.
Nice.
James, that sounds incredible.
Have fun.
Josh, yeah, I'll be hunting Saturday through Tuesday this weekend. Saturday on private, taking a buddy on his first bow hunt. Sunday through Tuesday. There's something wrong. I can't read. Sunday through Tuesday will be on public. Hoping to drop a doe or two this weekend.
That'll be fun. Good luck. Have a good time.
They like the smell of they like the small acorns better. Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Shad Daddy says, I hunt big bucks. Okay. That's great. Love it. Absolutely love it. Michael, what else we got before we get to these photos here in like 10 minutes?
Yeah, no, the drought has definitely did a number on our food plots.
Chris says, what's in the jar? Every week, I'm drinking out of the jar. You have to guess for yourself.
So the drought has definitely gotten our fall food plots. We put in some oats and turnips. We're probably going to have to redo those. We've been watching it pretty close and doesn't look like it's going to come in. But our alfalfa's coming in. We did get some alfalfa in, and it's looking pretty good. Deer are actually starting to hit that, which is pretty cool. And who knows that I've got a camera that's just inside the woods, not far from that alfalfa field. And we're starting to see some pickup and activity on that camera due to that.
Scott has this is a great point. With the drought, there was an increase in blue tongue, which is also known as EHD.
Yep.
Hey guys, before we talk about this, when you look at your screen, are both of us blurry? Is just Mike blurry? And is it just I'm blurry? Is there something? I don't know. But Mike, you just keep going blurry and it's driving me insane.
That's weird. I'm not seeing anything on my end or on yours because I see myself.
Like right now, you're talking and your voice is way ahead of your body.
Wow.
You're like a Japanese movie. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, but blue tongue, Mike is blurry. Okay. I'm just glad it wasn't me, Scott. Mike has been lagging. Mike, get that internet fixed, bro.
Internet's great. I'm looking at it right now. It's totally full.
So blue tongue, EHD, something hemorrhagic disease. What is it? What's the E stand for? You guys can yeah. Josh says that you're blurry because of this. It's not what you think. It's water, obviously. My kids are home. I ain't gonna be drinking moonshine. I am from Harlan County, they still make it there. So that's funny though. Mike's been lagging like a 60s Western. See, I told y'all. I knew it wasn't me, Mike.
Internet looks great from my end.
You said it looks great from my end. Anyway, so EHD, we had a huge case of EHD in 2017 that really depleted some of our eastern Kentucky counties. When we have droughts, it causes more disease. I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know enough about it to really go into it. If Kyle Sams is on here, Kyle, if you're watching, hop in. tell us about EHD, and I just want to get that bear in the way. Tell us about why the drought causes that. I'm sure some of you guys know. I understand, but I'm not going to put it into words because I'll screw it up.
Well,
Go ahead, Mike. If you're
essentially what
confident.
happens is that it's the that happens due to a bite from those little, no, I call them no-see-em bugs, but essentially when the drought happens is it kind of brings about those bugs, and they kind of flourish during those times, and they bite deer, and unfortunately that the parasite that they transfer in that bite ends up causing that.
All right, Mike, that was beautiful. Great job. But yeah, I've been seeing. I saw Fort Knox posted that they are seeing an increase in cases. I've seen other states post about it. I've seen Kentucky talk about it, and so yeah. I mean, the rain sucked. The down, like my backyard. I was walking. I got home very late Sunday. I worked all day yesterday. When I hadn't seen the girls in a while, so me and the girls went out to eat. I got home when it was dark yesterday, but today I got home a little early from work, and I walked through the back of my house and looked out the window, and I was like, I have 2 trees down out there, and so I have to clean that up this weekend. And Steve says just wanted to pop in. Why is it not showing? Oh shoot. Hey, Kyle was a lurker. He was watching. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Distracted by the debate, though. Man, listen. It's just a VP debate. Who's winning, though? I want to know who's winning, Steve. If you're watching the debate now, when the presidential debate was on, which was a disaster, we were on YouTube because Facebook had banned us, and so yeah, tonight I was like, I don't care about the VP debate. Sorry. Mike hit the nail on the head with HD mostly. Not a parasite, Michael. It's a virus.
Thanks,
that
Kyle.
seems like honestly the difference in a parasite and a virus doesn't seem like a nail on the head. It seems like a complete miss.
It is a complete miss. The last part of it.
Your concept was on target. You have the right idea. You did it better than I could, brother. But it's a virus, not a parasite. I know that. Yes, Mike is like an old Bruce Lee movie tonight. Vance is winning. Are we sure? The debate is going better than the Prez one. Vance doing well. Tim Walz he's just wild. He's just weird. He's just a weirdo. You know what I mean? Sorry if you like him. Like, I don't care if you like him. We can still be friends. He just seems like a really weird guy. Don't need to watch no debate. Trump 2024. Brennan Burkhead. Hey, look, we've been talking about deer hunting. I mentioned the debate. We got people jumping on here that's not been on here the whole time. Brennan, I'm glad you're here. Next time, talk sooner, Brennan. Debate on TV. I'm here. JD has it locked down. My boss has bucks on camera being chased by 3 coyotes 2 nights in a row, and bucks keep running in a ditch of water. You can tell they've been chewing on his tail and backside.
Crap.
I'm gonna get there and shoot those coyotes. Trap them, shoot them, whatever. Vance doing well. Okay. Well, listen, let's just say if you're here watching us and not the VP debate, or you're watching us at the same time, I'll take it. That's pretty cool. Josh Wilson, I got to say, I text the group chat and I told him, I was like, hey, we're going live in 1 hour. And Josh Wilson said, Mike, what did Josh Wilson say? Did you see it?
I did. I missed it.
He said, yes, the best hour of the week.
Awesome.
I'll take it.
Love it. It's fun to hang out with you guys. That's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, let's do some pictures real quick because I have a hard stop time at 10.
Hey, can I ask a fast question real quick?
Do what?
Just type in the comments. I'm going to be actually taking my wife to Mackinac Island in Michigan. Type in the comments some things. If you've ever been, tell me if you've ever been, and then just
Mackinac?
Yeah, Mackinac Island. It's up in Michigan. It's
why are you taking her somewhere cold?
Well, for one, I'm tired of being hot. I'm tired of being hot. So it should be really, really cool. But let me know if you've ever been there, and then let me know what kind of fun things you did while you were there.
Is it in Upper Michigan?
It is. It is pretty high up, and basically it's an island where there's no vehicles, no cars, no nothing. You ferry over, and there's carriage riding, there's bikes, there's hiking, and there's no cars.
This is Sounds like this is a trip for you, Michael. No cars
No,
out in the woods.
she's stoked about going. I'm really excited. We've never been there, so
Okay,
um,
hey, well, let's guys. Here's what we do. Let's get Mike prepared for him to give his wife the greatest week of her life. All right, let's give him some ideas. Let's see, Mike. Is that where you can ride horses, Mike? Are you going to be riding horses?
we can. I don't know if we're actually going to be riding the horses, but they have the horses hooked up to carriages, so you can either pay for someone to take you around, or you can actually drive the carriage yourself. So
Heck, Mike, you
we
can go
might be
to
looking at that.
Crofton. You can go to Crofton for that. I got stuck behind a ton of horses and carriages when I was out at
Did you
Joshua.
really?
Yeah, well, slow me down.
Yeah,
Steve says, I love.
it's
How do you
Mackinac.
say it? It looks like
Mackinac.
Mackinac, which
Yeah,
is
I know.
cool. Kind
It
of a cool
is.
name. I love Mackinac Island. Rent a tandem bike and ride around. And look, you're getting advice from a guy that looks like his wedding photo and his profile picture. This is legitimate advice, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. Tandem bike. And guys, don't you agree? We need pictures of this. We need pictures of Mike. Now, here's what I'm wondering, Mike. Who takes the front? If you and Steph are on a tandem bike, who takes the front?
I think the front has the main control of the pedaling, so
I know.
probably
That's
me.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So who takes it?
me.
Okay, Mike is just a still right now. He's not even, Mike, you're not even there. It's just a still
Am,
picture of
am I
you.
moving? Am I moving
No,
yet?
it's like I'm giving the news and they just have your photo up there and you're talking behind it. But
I
anyway,
got you.
Josh says, never been, but heard lots of great things. Gary says, props to Kentucky on smacking Lane Kiffin in the mouth. Yes, sir. I like Lane Kiffin, though. I actually do. Amish gangs are bad up there, Mackinac.
Let's
Wow.
go.
That's cool. Dwayne says, get some blue get
Blue
some
chill.
blue pills and
Get
stay
some blue
in bed.
chill.
Blue chill. He's going to the cold so he can make it hot, he said. And I mean, that was his words. The boss takes it. Oh, so the boss takes the front of the tandem bike, which, yes, Scott, you're right, is his wife. So I hope your mother's not watching, Mike.
Blue
Gosh.
chill.
Yeah. Anyway,
Goodness.
he's still smiling. Yeah, Mike, you're just frozen there. Like, this is so strange. Okay, I'm gonna instead of looking at Mike's picture, let's just look at some photos of deer. So this is from my good old buddy Dwayne. Let's look at this. Look, guys, if you have pictures, maybe you killed a deer recently, maybe it's on your trail camera. Go ahead, send those to me. Don't send them to the page, send them to me personally. And boom, look at that. Is that a shooter? Just put yes or no. Is that if that walks out in front of you, if you're hunting, and I don't mean Mike, I mean everyone. If you're hunting this weekend, this buck walks out in front of you, are you shooting it 100%? No questions asked, not even thinking about it. Yes or no in the comments. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All yeses. Okay. I thought maybe there'd be one of you that say no. We don't. That is why we named the sewer plant after Lane Kiffin. Yes, lots of yeses. Josh says yes. The other Josh says yes. Joe, Scott, Mike, Rob, Chris, Gary, Greg, James, Jeremy, Dwayne, all saying yes. I will add a yes to it, shooting it every time. Tim, I just see it says see if anyone can figure out what this is. Okay, Tim, we'll do that. Now, next, same deer, Dwayne's deer. What do you think this deer would measure? I'm terrible at that. I'm going to say 155. I don't know. What do you think, Mike? What do you think? Mike, you're blinking now. You're blinking. You're back.
There we go. Now we're working.
But your voice is still not matched with your mouth. So what do you think
doing?
that would score? Don't say it yet, Mike. Let everybody guess.
Okay.
I'm saying 155. If you copy my answer, you're probably going to get it way wrong. What do y'all think? 145 to 150. Okay, it wasn't a bad guess by me. 140. Man, I started to go 145. I should have. 150 by James. 147. WO coming in very specifically. Chris says mid 40s. All right. I wasn't bad off. Good. I agree, guys. I agree. We got any more? 135 from Rob. Okay. 140-ish. All right. Mike, what do you think?
I was going to say 148.
I like the specificity there. Robbie Jeffries Robbie's got some big bucks on camera. That big, beautiful buck I said was on Antler Builder today, that's one of Robbie's.
Awesome.
Hey, Rob, hold on. Hey, guys, can we all in the chat type happy birthday, Robbie? It's his birthday today. I meant to send him a text. I forgot. Can we all just give Robbie a happy birthday? Wonderful dude. Great guy. Great hunter. Cares more about his girls killing a deer than himself. And he's got some good ones that he could be very selfish about. Can we just say happy birthday to Robbie? Yes. We would let Mike sing it to him, but it would take it like 5 minutes to get caught up.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah. Look at this, Robbie. Look how many friends you have, brother. Let's see. Let's go to another picture. I love see Dwayne holding that. Let's see. Tim, that is a weird photo, man. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. I'm not even going to explain this photo. I'm just going to share the photo. Like I thought, he said, see what everybody thinks this is. And I was like, oh, it's probably, a bobcat mountain lion thing. I have no idea what this is. Honest to God, I have no idea. It's funny, I think. All right, here we go. I think I have an opinion what I think it is, but it just looks like it has antlers. Does everybody see that? Do you see that, Michael?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think that is? I know what I think it is. Is that strange or what? Let's go closer.
Yeah, that is pretty strange.
What do you guys think that is? Have we discovered a new species? Robbie said, thank you, guys.
That's a raccoon.
That's what I think it is, too.
Yeah, it is. It's got its head in a position, and it's got
its back leg.
Yeah.
But it looks like it has antlers. You don't see any markings at all. That's a weird-looking photo. Don't you agree? Does everybody agree? Do we all agree it's a raccoon that looks really weird on camera? Chupacabra, that's what Jeremy says.
That's a big old raccoon, though.
Yeah, maybe it's not. I don't know what that means there, Anthony. Mini kangaroo kind of does look like a kangaroo. Scott, I'm glad you're back. Mini kangaroo. Tim, thanks for sharing that. Oh, Kyle, don't ruin the fun. 100% raccoon. How about you just say 51% raccoon and just leave some uncertainty there, big biologist. It's a buck getting in a bed. Okay, let's go with that. Coon all the way. A raccoon. Yeah, I mean, just the position. It looks weird, right? I mean, it does look like it has many antlers. But the position of it, automatically think a raccoon. I got me. That's in there. I left it there. I finally got me a Duke's dog-proof trap for this raccoon that keeps attacking. What is that? This raccoon that keeps attacking my house. Kyle can tell you that is perfectly legal for me to trap that raccoon because it is a nuisance problem. Am I supposed to have a nuisance tag or something though? Guys, if you have an animal on your property like a raccoon, a possum that is causing problems, in my case trying to get in my attic, do I have to have a tag for that or do I just do it? All right, let's see what else we got here. If you sent me a picture, let me know so I can find it.
They got all my chickens recently, so I've got to declare war on them.
Did you guys see that? Mike had a bunch. How many? 7 chickens, Mike?
I had 4 left, and they killed them all.
4 chickens, heads ripped off by raccoons. Now, when my daughters show me, or like for instance, I accidentally ran over 2 baby raccoons. They're running across the road. 2 of them came back like idiots, and I ran over them, right? My daughters were so sad. They're so cute. But the next time they say something about me trapping a raccoon and dispatching it, I'm going to show them that picture of
Yep.
4 chickens with no heads.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It was terrible, man.
I mean, just clean off. Do you think it's one raccoon? Is it a multitude? Is one raccoon that incredibly tough?
I think it was probably multiple, just guessing, but I'm not sure. I never did have any camera. We've got a camera out back, and I never did see it on camera. It must have just kind of avoided it, but it sucked. It got my. I've had chickens for 5 or 6 years with no problems with raccoons, and I was getting ready. I was working on Thursday, and I just happened to peek outside, and I saw there was a hole like in the middle of my door. They popped a panel of my door out, and
Yeah.
it snuck in through there.
Honestly, Mike. Honestly, I thought they had dropped Haitians off in northern Kentucky. That's what I thought had happened.
Yeah.
But water's gone. I thought the Haitians had been there, but no, I love Haitians. Those raccoons, dude, that's crazy. I'd be going to war.
It's happening.
Let's see. Hold on. Someone said, "Oh, raccoon hunt at Mike's." Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get you and Caleb, your oldest son, and Wyatt. All of you guys get those air rifles and just put some eye black under. Put your hats on backwards. I'm not going to do that. And just go at it. 100% sure it was coons. 100%, right, Mike? You've seen them.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was there was poop on the ground too, and it was definitely raccoons.
Raccoon poop, and it's disgusting. Okay. Oh gosh, I got 2 minutes. Here we go. Guys, I'm just so glad to be on live tonight. That month that I spent without you guys, I just didn't like it. Look at that. That's a good one. I don't remember who sent me that now.
That's a cool deer.
If you sent this picture, tell me in the comments. That's a really cool. It looks like it has shed some velvet, or I don't know if that's in the background. That's definitely shed some. It's got some stuff there. How old do y'all think that deer is right there? Type it in the comments. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. What do you think?
That
Mike?
one's about 4.5 to 5.5. It looks like.
Yeah, it's got a little.
It's got
Philip,
really
is this yours, Philip?
already.
Yeah, Philip did. That was his. Joe said, yes, I would shoot it. Josh says, I'm walking to my dog tree now. I'll kill one for you, Mike. There you go.
There you go.
Greg says,
exactly. There's a dead tree right behind the house here. They slip in there. I've shot a couple out of them before.
Yes.
Last year.
Greg says that deer's old enough. That's a really nice deer. 4.5 from Joshua is what he says. All right. What else we got here? We got some more. So this has been a great idea. When we do this, we show the pictures and the videos. If you think there's other things, like if you're like, man, I wish they would do this on Tuesday nights, let us know. We'll do it. Definitely let us know. Here's a video. Gary sent us a video of a doe playing hide and seek. Do you see this?
Yeah.
It is funny. Look at that.
That is funny.
The doe's just playing hide and seek here.
That's awesome.
That's funny, Gary. Thanks for sharing. Doesn't have to be a big buck, guys. It can be reindeer games.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. But I know Bub sent me one. Bub is in Pennsylvania, public land hunting, and he has his camera out, and he wants me to share it. So if you're in Pennsylvania, Bub could give you some advice. Let's see here. Ooh, he's hitting that scrape. Y'all see that? That was today. So here's what I'm guessing. Am I right here? The storms have passed. Looks like he's peeing there. Storms have passed. He's coming back to hit this scrape. Right, Mike? Is that what he's doing?
That's right.
Dude, is that not awesome to watch?
That's really cool, man.
Bub, are you still on here?
That's a great video.
It is. I love it. What do you guys think? You like that? Would you shoot that? Now, look, if you have this buck on camera hitting this scrape, are you hunting that scrape? Joe says not a shooter, but if you're in Pennsylvania, Joe, here's the question, Joe. You're in Pennsylvania on a work trip. Oh, crap. I hate when the light goes out. You're in Pennsylvania on a work trip. That buck comes in hitting that scrape. You're not going to shoot it? It's public land. I think in that scenario, for sure. If it's at your house and you've got bigger bucks on camera, no. But public land, you may work there 2 or 3 weekends a year. I say you just let it fly, brother. And I think Joe agrees with that. I'd give that deer a year on private for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think most people would. But in that circumstance, like you see on the camera, it says Pennsylvania Game Lands.
Yeah.
You're taking that sucker. And then you're going to post that video with it, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's a sweet video.
Look, this is all I'm looking for. I'm hunting public land in Kentucky, and then I'm hunting Fort Knox for my Kentucky tag. Right there will do it for me on public land, right? Unless I'm find me a honey hole or something. But let's end the show with this. Today or last night was the last day to put in for Kentucky's quota hunt. So I want to know. I know some of y'all put in for it. Where did you put in? Put your first choice, hit enter, then send your second choice of your quota hunt. Mike, did you put in for it this year?
I didn't. No, I didn't put in for quota hunts. No, I didn't forget. I was just kind of looking at the schedule, looking at what I had and what I was planning on doing the rest of the year, and it's probably not in the cards as far as going to some of the quota hunts that I've been on in the past. But if I'm fitting in an extra week of elk or however many more days I get to do that in December, and then some of the other things going on throughout the
I thought because maybe you and your dad would go. So what I did was I had forgotten about it too, and we started talking about it at deer camp. And I put for my first choice, November 2nd and 3rd, I think is the date, Kentucky River WMA, which is a great WMA. My second choice is the second hunt at Cleburne Ridge.
Cool.
And so looks like, let's see here, Higginson, Henry, and Big River. Thomas is going for it because those are two of the best. Philip said I put in Taylorsville, Kentucky River, and a duck hunt. I was going to put in the pheasant hunt at Green River, but it was the same weekend as my gun hunt at Knox, November 16th and 17th. Can't do it.
Yeah.
And the same weekend as Josh's little boy's birthday party. Can't miss it. Clay WMA, Cleburne November, Taylorsville in December, Higginson, and Big River. So do you guys know when we find out about that?
Usually it's like early to mid-October. So probably within the next week or two.
I would think it'd be by Friday. I mean, it should be by Friday. I'm sure it's automated, like pretty much a random generated thing. So
you usually find out close to like
October 9th. Okay, so next Wednesday. Oh, October 10th, Philip says. So we'll see.
I thought it was right around that second weekend of October is typically when you find
October 5th is what Greg says. Now we're just guessing here. I don't know who's right. I hope Greg is. October 5th will be great. But look, it is 10:04. We've had a great show. I appreciate everyone that was here. I'm sure Mike will be back around in the comments. If you have questions, comments, ideas for the show, put them in there. We love to hear from you. And, hey, next week, now Joe says October 6th. I think they're just trolling me. Next week, October 8th. Then it's going to be the 15th, 22nd, 29th. Look, things are going to heat up. If you ask Kyle Sams if he's still on there, there's no such thing as an October lull. Be out there when you can. Hopefully those big bucks come by. But we appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Mike, I appreciate you.
Hey, absolutely. Be safe, everybody. Enjoy your hunts.
Have a good one.